dizer o que penso dessa vida, preciso de mais desabafar.
Segura!
Deixa eu dizer o que penso dessa vida, preciso de mais desabafar.
Segura!
Deixa eu dizer o que penso dessa vida, preciso de mais desabafar.
Hello and welcome to another episode with the Toronto Dog Whisperer. So today we're going to be covering a very common problem with a lot of dogs and something that causes quite a lot of aggravation for owners in general, and especially new dog owners. So you can see I got my pack here. So this is a Mackenzie, this is Mosley. These two are my dogs, and this is Quinn, and Quinn is up for adoption. So if anybody's interested, there is an adoption video that I made specifically for Quinn. But the very common problem is separation anxiety, and I'm just going to run through a few exercises that people can do, and I actually want to demonstrate exactly how to deal with it. But again, these YouTube videos, they're just pretty much just for information. Like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea in terms of if I watch this video, I'm going to be able to do this. I'm hoping that some of the techniques will prove to be successful with people, but at the end of the day, if you're having difficulty with this type of problem, the best thing to do is to consult a professional if you're having a hard time with it. But anyways, when you get a new dog, or if you adopt a new dog, whether it's a puppy or with Quinn here, a dog that's a little bit older. Quinn's about 13 months old. It's very common for them to develop separation anxiety, and it isn't because he has any of those predisposed anxiety problems. You can see he's super chill and super relaxed, but it's very common when you bring a new dog home, because it's very difficult for them to take in everything that's going on. It's very common for them to develop separation anxiety. So what is separation anxiety? Well, when dogs are under stress, they can develop separation anxiety, which is when you leave them on their own, they become anxious, and that anxiety turns into, can develop into more of a panic, and it could lead to destructive behavior. It could lead to, them barking, them whining. So there's a lot of symptoms of separation anxiety, but the basic premise is, you get a dog home for the first time. They're under a tremendous amount of stress just because they're in a new environment, they're with new people, they don't really know what's expected of them, or who these people are. They haven't really developed a good relationship. If they're coming from a shelter, then they're leaving that really stressful environment. So there's a lot of reasons why dogs get it, and it doesn't really matter why they get it. It's just a matter of dealing with it. So I'm going to show you a few different techniques, and by all means give them a try, but these aren't the only techniques that work, but these are the ones that I've used that worked really, really well. So the first step before you actually start the exercise is to prepare yourself for the exercise. So you want to have a good amount of time to do the exercise. If you're doing it for the first time and you have a dog with really severe separation anxiety, then you want to leave yourself at least, I'm gonna say, like a good afternoon. So 3 to 4 hours is probably, a good amount to set aside. You're also gonna be mentally prepared. So you're gonna want to plan out exactly what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, who's gonna participate in the household, what areas you're going to use, what tools you're going to need, all that kind of stuff. And I can't stress this enough, but being mentally prepared is huge. So you have to be able to envision yourself being successful. So you being able to leave your house, your apartment, your condo, whatever it may be, and your dog being okay with it, just being nice and relaxed. And you can see here, this guy is completely relaxed. Another preparation tool that you're going to need is taking them for a nice long walk. This is going to do a lot to help you, and anybody who's seen my videos in the past will know that before I do any exercise with the dogs, I always take them for a nice long walk. That way they're calm, they're relaxed, and your chances of success are going to be much, much higher. So these guys have had a great walk. You can see they're kind of tired because they had a nice long walk, a structured walk, and they had a bit of a play. They had some off-leash time. They got fed. So they're in a good place right now. So you always want to give yourself the best chance for success, and taking them for that walk is going to help you quite a bit. So the first technique I'm going to show you involves using a crate, and this is a tool like anything else. It's not completely necessary, but I highly recommend it just because it provides a den-like environment for your dog to be in while you're away. So Quinn is going to be using his crate, but I'm also going to show you what it's like when you don't use a crate. So the first thing to do is get them nice and calm like this. Take them for a walk, which I did. I have enough time, and I'm prepared, and I know I'm going to succeed. So let's begin. So the first stage is getting them comfortable with the crate. You can see they're starting to get in a playful mood, but we're going to get him into the crate and nice and calm. So Quinn, hey, come on, go lay down. So Quinn has been through this a few times. So when I say go lie down, he knows to go in his crate. And this is the first stage, just getting them comfortable in the crate. Now Quinn loves his crate. You can see he's totally relaxed. He's not panicked, and the door is open. And you want to practice getting them comfortable in the crate with the door open. You can see I didn't have to obviously force him in there. That's not a good idea. I didn't have to coerce him with food or anything like that. I just asked him to go in there. Now, if you are having trouble getting your dog into the crate, you can always use the leash and walk them into the crate. And I can show you that real quick if you want. So let's grab his leash. Come in. Come on. Good boy. Sit down. Good boy. All right, I'm going to try to do this one-handed here. Pardon my camera work. I'm trying to film and do this at the same time. So this is just a technique for getting them into the crate. So you can see I'm basically walking him, and I'm going to lead him into the crate. So you build a little bit of momentum, and you walk them into the crate. Now, if your dog's loose leash walking, it's not going to be a problem. If they don't, then it might be a little bit more difficult. But that's one technique of getting them into the crate without forcing them. You do not want to create a negative association with the crate. You want it to be a positive place. Okay, so come on. So I'm going to call him out. Come on. Come on, Quinn. Good boy. Okay, and I'm going to take this off. Okay, I'm going to ask him to go lie down. There you go. You can see Quinn is, the crate is also a designated place for me to instruct him to go. It doesn't have to be your crate. A lot of people use beds. It's just a very defined area where you can ask them to go lie down, and they're going to go there when you want them to. So once he is comfortable with the crate, with the door open, he's totally relaxed. I'm not physically restricting him in terms of keeping him in there. He's in there on his own will. He's totally comfortable. That's pretty much the first stage. And that can take a while if your dog has never been in a crate before. But basically, this is like stage one. So once you accomplish this stage, you can move on to the next stage. So I'm going to call him out and give him a bit of affection, because I want to reward the state of mind. And he's very calm right now, and he's very comfortable. So this is a good time for me to add some affection as a reward. So I'm gonna call him out. Come on. And because he was good, there you go. I'm gonna give him a bit of loving. There you go. As a reward. Not too much, just a little bit of love. I mean, you can give him some food as well. Okay, this is just a piece of kibble. There you go. And there you go. So he has a positive experience with the crate, and he knows that, I'm not forcing him into it or anything like that. Okay, so the next stage is we're going to get him back into the crate. So go lie down. There you go. Mosley, move. Move, Mos. Okay, so stage two is closing the door. Okay, so you can see he's got his paw there. That's okay. Okay. And there you go. So just moving to a stage where you can close the door with them in it and him remaining calm, that's a big step. At every single stage of this exercise, the focus is always going to be on getting him into a nice, calm state of mind. Anybody can get a dog excited. That's not difficult. But it takes some real time and patience to get a dog to calm down and to remain calm in any circumstance. And keep in mind, like, Quinn is a medium level energy dog. He does have a burst of energy. He is very energetic in terms of he's just young. He's a puppy. He's not quite a puppy. He's adolescent. So think of it as like a teenager. He's about 13 months old, maybe even 14 months old by this point. We're not sure because he's a rescue. But for him to remain calm in the crate with the door closed like that is great. And this is an intermediate step, and you just want to layer on small increments. You don't want to go straight to like leaving them alone and then it not working out. You want to do it in very small steps, and that way if you're having difficulty, you just go back to the previous step and focus on that one little thing. So you're looking for little wins here. So him, look at him, like he's totally relaxed. He was almost falling asleep. These little wins are what's going to give you the motivation to keep going. And because it's a small step, it's accomplishable. You're not taking on too much too quickly. So once he's at this stage and he's nice and calm, we're going to not leave the premises, but we're going to leave his sight. So I'm actually going to start with my bedroom. And you want to start with the door open. So even though he's in his crate, he can't see me. He can obviously hear me. He could probably smell me. because I'm still in the vicinity, but it's the first baby step into leaving him alone is having myself be out of sight. So you can see he's still super calm. There he is. If I left him in there, he'd probably just go to sleep. I mean, he's totally relaxed. He's totally calm. So that's great. Now you could take him out at this point and repeat that process of giving him some affection, maybe a little bit of kibble as a reward and that kind of thing. But I'm going to skip that step because I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to show you some of the basic techniques. Okay, so then the next step is going to actually be closing the door. So I do have an iPad set up to show you what the dogs are doing while I'm out of sight. So I went into my bedroom, I closed the door, and I waited quietly and listened. Again, this is an intermediate step. It's not too difficult to do. You're just building on the success that you have. So if he would have gotten anxious or started to whine or whatever, I would have come back in and calmed him down, get him back to this nice calm state of mind. You can see my dogs are nice and calm as well. And then we can move to the next step. Now at each step you want to incrementally, sorry about that, you want to incrementally increase the period of time that you're leaving him alone. So you can see the first step is with the door open. The second step is with the door closed. I only left him on his own for, you know, a minute, maybe 30 seconds. But I'm just showing the techniques. I would leave him for longer periods of time. We can do the exact same thing, but a little further away. You can see he's just chilling out there. And I'm actually gonna step into my bathroom this time. Okay, and he's still calm. So what's really important is that the state of mind that you leave them in is more than likely the state of mind that they're going to remain in. So because I'm focusing on keeping him calm while I'm leaving in different increments, he's staying calm. Okay, so the next stage is to, if you were to do this, you would do it in different rooms, but for longer periods of time. So I would actually probably go into the washroom, take a book, maybe play on my phone for a little bit, but just remain super quiet. So he, for all intents and purposes, he is alone. He's on his own. Okay, you can see he's completely relaxed. Now the next stage, which is going to amp up the level of difficulty, is to actually leave your premises. So I'm actually going to leave my condo, and this is going to create a little bit of excitement because the front door is usually where they get excited. So what I'm doing there is I am listening for any signs of anxiety. So I'm listening for whining, I'm listening for low-level barks, any kind of indication that he's escalating his anxiety levels. So what you want to do is you want to catch it when the anxiety levels are low. So think of it like a scale of 1 to 10. If 10 is full on barking and panicking, then you want to catch it at like a level 3 or a 2 where they might just start to whine, which is the normal case. Now, if he started to whine when I was outside, I would come back in nice and calmly, calm him down, and repeat the steps that I took to leave, and just continually extend the period of time that you're leaving them on your own slowly. So for demonstration purposes, I only left for like a few, like a minute or two, but you know, you could extend it to, okay, I'm gonna go out into the backyard, and you know, as long as you're out of sight and out of sound, so they can't see you, they can't hear you, you go off and do something. Maybe you run down to the store for like 5-10 minutes, and you just continually, you know, extend that period of time when he's on his own. Now, I'm not gonna let him out until he's completely calm. You can see he's totally relaxed. Obviously, me talking is creating a little bit of curiosity, but he's completely relaxed, and he's totally calm. And I could leave him for, you know, 5 minutes and come back. Initially, you want to supervise it, so you want to stand outside the door and just listen really carefully, just to see if there is any signs of anxiety. But as you get more and more comfortable, as the dog gets more and more comfortable being left on their own, you can leave for 10 minutes, you can leave for, you know, 15 minutes, and then longer and longer periods until you feel comfortable leaving them on their own. And basically, when you come back, they're going to be asleep. That's pretty much what's going to happen. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, please let me know. I know this was a really quick demonstration, but I just want to show you the techniques that I use with dogs that have separation anxiety. You can see this works really well. I mean, he did have separation anxiety just literally a couple days ago at somebody else's place that was new. So this is a big deal for him. And this is something that you want to repeat on a regular basis. So once you get him to this point, it doesn't mean that your job is done. You have to continually do this exercise. Practice is key, patience is key, and persistence is key to have success. But if you do this initially, the first exercise might take a few hours to do, and then once you have success, it's going to take you smaller and smaller amounts of time. You do it once a day, every day for the first week or so, and then the next week, maybe every other day, but you just practice with them. Anticipate that you're going to have some setbacks. That's not a big deal. If they make a mistake, it's okay. Don't get frustrated. Don't get anxious. Don't get angry. Don't get nervous. You will be successful. This is the way dogs are meant to be. And then eventually you can leave him outside of the crate if the crate isn't something that you want to use. Personally, I think a crate is a great tool. It's a fantastic way to get your dogs comfortable with a new environment because they feel safe and secure. It's like their little den. And what I can do is show you without the crate as well. So it's basically the same techniques, although I don't really recommend it for people who are just getting a dog because if they are outside the crate, there's more potential for them to get into the garbage, your sock drawer, a whole bunch of other stuff. So the crate just mitigates the risk in terms of leaving them on their own. But I am going to do the same kind of thing with the crate door open. Okay, so I don't actually expect him to stay inside the crate, but we'll see. It's an experiment. So I am leaving, and I'm going to be very quiet. So as you can see, I left him with the crate door open, and I was standing outside the door listening very carefully, and he's still in his crate. So he did really well, better than I expected, because I know he's had some problems with this in the past. But this is just to show you that you can do it. This also builds trust. Because I trust him to stay nice and calm. So I'm going to give him a nice little cuddle as a reward. It's a low level of affection. It doesn't have a ton of excitement in it, which is the best kind of affection. Come here, good boy. Who's my boy? Who is he? So I hope that helped, guys. And, letting them have a play and stuff after doing an exercise, that's like working for a dog, is a great reward. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or email me. If you're interested in adopting Quinn, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to talk to any prospective dog lovers out there who are interested in adopting him. he's a fantastic dog. I love him to bits, but really want to find him a good forever home. So till next time, hey guys, sit down. What do we say at the end of our videos? Hey, Quinn? Hey, you gonna be a superstar? Sit down. Mosley, if you love your dogs, take them for a walk. Till next time.